Okay, we're going to make an Edpuzzle. So we go to edpuzzle.com. We go ahead and create a login if you haven't created one. You click I'm a teacher, put in your school email, and voila. There is curriculum from just Edpuzzle. There's curriculum from the district, which is better than the way it was before, which was just our school. Then we have your own curriculum, which you'll build up over time. You can see how mine is mostly art and photography. Now, when you go down below, there's Edpuzzle, YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, TED Talks. All these are where videos can come from. Now, you have your own courses. We're going to go ahead and make a class just for us. This is the teacher's class. Now, down on the bottom, you'll notice that there's two different options. One of them is classic, the other one is open. Now, a classic class, the kids have to have a password to get in to use it. The open class, they can just log in anytime they want. All they need is the class code. Ours is an open class, so you don't need a login to get in. All you need is the class code. Now, there's one other way of doing this, and you don't need either of these, and that is how we're going to do it in just a second, through Canvas. But first, let's go ahead and look at how you would make an open class. So here's our class. There's nothing in it. So first thing we need to do is click into our curriculum. Here's our curriculum. We're going to go ahead and find a fun video, and we're going to go down in the corner, hit Assign, click on Teachers, and assign it by clicking on this button down here on the bottom. We can change settings such as whether captions are on, whether they can skip, things like that. And now it's assigned. Now we're going to go ahead and click on one of these videos down here. So we just clicked on TED Talks. We're going to click on this TED Talk right here, and we're going to make a copy of it. So we click right here, hit copy. Now it's in our curriculum. So when we click in our curriculum, there it is. I can click on it. I can make edits to this by adding questions, things like that, or I can just assign it. So we go ahead and hit assign like that. Now, when you want your kids to watch the videos, often we want them to be engaged as well. So we want to put questions or thoughts in there, just to be able to add a little bit to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you through this video right here. This is our Pear Deck video. You can see that I can make cuts in this video. I can move things around like that. Of course, I don't actually want these cuts because I made this video the way I wanted it. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. Now, what we can do with this video that we already got going is we watch it till a point where we know we want a question. We select questions, and then we can select one of them. Right here, we just have an open-ended question. Now the kids can answer that by typing in the type bar and then continue on the video. When we get to the next spot, we add another question. This is a multiple choice, so I ask a multiple choice question. Now the two answers that I put in here are two true things about what's being taught. However, one of them is the correct answer, and the other one is just a true fact, but it's not the correct answer. And that way, the kids are still seeing true facts, so they don't get confused. But afterwards, when they take the quiz, they'll actually be able to see which one is the correct answer if they get it wrong, which we will show you afterwards. Now, we're going to go ahead and go through a little bit more through the video, find a spot where we can make a comment. So type in a comment. This is something that's going to pop up when they get to this point in the video. The comment will pop up, then they can just hit continue, and it'll go past it. Now, those are the three ways of doing it, so there's no point in watching me put this whole entire video together. I just want to talk about this one other feature, which is called VoiceOver. Now, VoiceOver doesn't work with YouTube's because of YouTube licensure kind of problem, but you can use it on other videos. Now, after you've gone through your video and added all the questions, what you're going to do is go ahead and save it the way it is, and then you can align it with your class. After you've aligned it, you cannot edit it anymore. So you want to make sure that it's just the way you want it before you align it. Then once you have it done, you can invite your students to participate by giving them the code. And you can copy the direct link and share it to the class as well. Now, to show what it looks like for a student, they're going to log in using that code. Then they need to put in a name. That name can be their name or a made-up name, but they need to make sure you know what that made-up name is. Then they select the video. Then they can hit play.
Okay, to make yourself a Pear Deck, you want to make sure you open up Google Slides. You just go ahead and make a normal slideshow, just like you would any other slideshow. However,
now you can see they just made it to the question. They're able to answer this very first question by writing in the answer. Of course, they were paying attention and knew it was Google Slides. They answered it. Now, they suddenly just stopped the video and they didn't finish it. How does that look? Well, we can log in on our side and see. You can see right here, they only made it 30% of the way in. Now, another student who finished it all the way, we have them for comparison. So let's look at this. The person who answered all of it, they watched the entire video, they answered all three questions. We can see what question we need to grade right here. And on the student that only watched it partially, we can see they answered 2 of them, and we can see the one that we need to grade on the top of it as well. We can see how far they made it into the video. Now, you have the same feature in Canvas. However, the benefit of it being in Canvas is it automatically saves the grade into the scorebook for you, which is nice. Let's go ahead and look at Canvas. The first thing that we're going to want to do is add it to the settings. So we go to Settings, go to Apps, and then you find Edpuzzle. You click on it, and now we need to add these codes. The place where you find these codes is in the top of your Edpuzzle account. You click on Yourself, and then you click on School, go down to the bottom, change the option to Canvas, and there's the 2 codes. You basically just copy the code and paste it in. Not a big deal. This is the only time you need to do it, is once per class. After you've copied it over, you can then create an assignment. Create your title, come down, change your submission type, go ahead and select Edpuzzle. Now here's another thing that you only have to do once, which is just create the class for this class. Go ahead and call it Teachers again, and voila, we're done with that. We select our video that we want, we're going to hit Assign, we can change the settings right there, and then set it. Now the cool thing about that is you can actually still go in and change it in Edpuzzle if you haven't assigned it to another class, which is kind of a nice feature. Now that it's saved, there it is. You can see where the student view is, and you can see where you can actually see what questions were answered. You're able to grade it, and then it's saved into the grade book. So those are the 3 ways of doing an Edpuzzle.